Hello everyone, this is Mohit, founder of Unomok and host at Master of D2C. Today we have Ayush Burnwal, if I'm pronouncing it right, with us. He's the founder of Peepl, and he's doing something really great, getting variety of Indian foods which we love throughout India online. And I honestly feel like some things are very mouth-watering, seeing things from Rajasthan to Kerala. So great to have you, Ayush, on the show, and
Thanks a lot, Mohit.
keen for the discussion ahead. So yeah, thank you so much.
Likewise. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me here.
So Ayush, just to start up with, let's know us, let everyone know your story behind starting this venture, and what are you at? So just a brief story part of your starting.
Sure. Okay. So before starting the story, I would like to tell you what we are actually doing at Peepl. So at Peepl, we are bringing a direct-to-consumer brand of famous regional products from all across the country. So you would see that there is a lot of food diversity in the country. So whenever you go to some place in some state, you would find some delicacy that might be famous from there. So we are trying to bring all that under one umbrella brand, and we would like to present it to all of India and even go beyond, and we would bring that food diversity to the global palette as well. So that's the idea of Peepl. So coming to the story, how we started working on Peepl, it's basically, so people say that you should try solving the problems which you personally feel that are there. So this has also been the case with me. So personally, I have felt multiple times whenever I was outside my home. So I used to crave for some of the things that I could find there. But then again, since I have been staying outside for home for past 7 years, I could not. So so when I realized that this is actually some problem that is worth solving, and this problem even became more graver when COVID arrived, because the movement was completely stalled. You could not go to your homes, you could not try, no one could come to you to bring those delicacies to you. So that's when I talked to a few friends of mine, and precisely Kunal and Yuvraj, my fellow co-founders, and we started analyzing it more and more. So we realized that there is actually a craving for all those people who do not stay in their hometowns. So that's how this idea was born. We started working on it. We did some proof of concept. We did some trials, and slowly we got confidence into it, and that's how we launched.
Great. Yeah, in fact, this is a problem which I think is faced by everyone, and even a bigger problem is we do travel a lot, and we have some relatives coming from some part of India getting that famous thing of there. So makes a lot of sense. Like normally, otherwise, this is the case where whenever we go to Maharashtra, we try this. When we go to MP, we try the save and things like that. So totally, the problem.
So basically, there are two types. Yeah. So basically, there are two types of people that we are, two types of customers cravings that we are trying to address. So one is the people who actually have tried those products, and second one is the foodie and exploratory kind of audience who wish to try products from different parts of the country. So this is the idea behind building this.
In your experience, which is a better customer segment? Is it the foodie part or foodie one who try new things, or is it the regular ones who get those things from around India? Which is a better customer for you, and by volume?
Better customer, what do you mean by that?
Who are more in each category?
More in numbers. Okay. So since Mohit, we have started just now, I think the inclination first comes from the customers who have actually tried those products. So we call them the reminiscence wale customers. So basically, those are the people who actually try those products first, and then even those customers, when they get a trust in our offering, they become the exploratory kind of people. So even they go beyond. Okay, so if you're from Maharashtra, you would order some products like chicky from our platform, then you would realize that we have done a good job and it is actually very good. So you would try some other products from some other states. So basically it's a mix of both. So people, usually the inclination comes from the people who are basically the reminiscence base.
Yeah.
But we have been getting some traction in the exploratory audience.
Yes. Sure. So explain us how did you get your initial customers? Like what channels have you used? What channels have worked and what have not worked for your initial 10, 20, 50, 100 customers?
So when we were doing our trials back in August and September, so by that time, most of our orders used to come through the digital, the social media channels, basically unpaid marketing. So we were posting regularly on our social media handles. We were posting regularly on our WhatsApp channels. So usually what happened that our first and second connections would become our the people who would try those products first. So that's how we gained initial traction. And once they started liking our products, we have seen quite a lot of word of mouth going in our segment, especially when you operate in a food segment. So food is very close to everyone's heart, and especially when it is coming from your hometown, you would surely love it. So that's how this our initial customers came, and the word of mouth game is still going quite strong for us. So this is the basically we have also invested quite heavily right from the beginning in SEO. So SEO has also been giving good dividends recently for us.
Okay, so majorly organic way is what you are targeting.
Right. So initial customers were organic. We have also started experimenting with digital marketing as of now, and even we are trying to explore what all things we can do there and how the dividends are in that case. So yeah, pretty much everything that is there in digital marketing.
Okay, so in food segment, why did you want to go with an online only channel or a direct to consumer brand? Whereas normally this is a segment which people taste and buy, or the brands reach out to multiple retailers, that distribution network or a franchisee network. So what are you, what is the reasons why you did this, and what you feel are the advantages in specifically your segment?
So I guess the reason why we started with digital is because when we have to reach a large variety of audience and a audience which is spread across a very wide region, that is across India. So for that purpose, I think just going to some retail channel, it wouldn't have helped us quite a lot, and additionally it would have been much difficult for us to crack that part. So we thought of first starting it in an online channel based way. And based on that, once we get a traction, we do have plans to get into the offline channels also, the modern trade stores, and in futures maybe to the general stores as well. So that is something that we have in the back of our minds, but that is a future thing that we have put. It's not just around the corner. So going digital, going online has the advantage of scaling very fast. And when we started, we actually started by using the model of per order basis. So basically what happened, we did not deploy much capital into our stocks. So we don't hold any inventory even till now. So because of that, we could scale much faster compared to much faster compared to what we would have done compared to if we could have gone into the retail segment of it, just the offline stores basically. So that's the idea behind it.
Yes, and yeah, digitally you can reach out to anyone in India. We have a good logistics network which can make that possible.
Correct.
Now,
Exactly.
on the front of how you've been with customers, what do you think? I think in your segment, word of mouth plays one of the biggest role, where people talk to others. Where do you think your customers majorly come from? Like, is it only word of mouth, or there are some other things as well you're trying out?
So, Mohit, I think as I just said, so we have three major channels of ours. So one is the organic channel where we usually post on our social media platforms, on WhatsApp channels and all. Second is the paid marketing that we have just started, and third is the SEO one. So the paid marketing and SEO have given us quite good scale. At least in the last 1 month, we have seen quite an interesting revenue and growth numbers. So that has worked quite well, and we have been drilling down more onto both, and hopefully we'll be getting even better numbers compared to what we got in the last time. So word of mouth is still there, and we have been getting a significant amount of repeat customers, and more than that, the customers who come back have also referred to other people. So I you just about a week back, we got a message from a person. He said that he has referred to 5 6 of his friends, and all of them have ordered, and none of those people would actually so all of them actually like the products that we were offering. So that is how strong the word of mouth game has been. So it's quite good.
Yes, I think
So
in this
basically it's an
segment.
amalgamation of all the 3 4 things to sum it up.
Yes. So according to you, what are some challenges you're facing in this journey of yours, which you did not think of, or which have come out of your, like, वो बोलते हैं ना कि you have a plan and then you get a punch. So what are some of the challenges which you have not seen in this segment in your business as such?
Right. So I think one major challenge that we have been seeing, and I think this challenge would be faced by quite a lot of people, not just in this segment but in every industry. So this is basically the hiring of right talent, hiring and retaining. So there have been instances where we have people who have been working with us for past 5 6 months, and they are absolutely amazing. But then we have also struggled with keeping such good people for with us for a long time, because now there are so many opportunities at hand and people love to try different things. Plus we have been working with mostly college students as of now, because as you scale from a very early stage, you have to manage different things at hand. So budget is one of that. So so hiring and retaining the talents would be something that we actually did not feel in the beginning would be such a big deal, but it is really some really a big challenge.
I totally agree. Being a founder myself, I think hiring in these circumstances, everything is quite inflated in terms of tech or operations or just the right marketing minds. So, how big is your team right now? Like, just.
So we have 4 full-time people who are working currently, and apart from that, we have 6 interns as of now. So this is the whole team that is there. So out of those 6 interns, some of them have been with us for past 5 6 months, as I just told you. Some of them have been with us for past 3 months, and usually some 2 3 people have to either go out, because most of these people are college students. So when their classes start, or there can be some other reasons they want to join something else or try something else. So due to these reasons, it is actually, so when you find these 5 6, finding these 5 6 people is a task in itself, a daunting task, in fact, and then retaining them is even more difficult. So that's how it has been.
How do you feel your time is spent? Like, if you have 100 hours, what portion of business is taking what ratio of time? Business, expansion, people, just give us a ratio according to you.
I think looking like that, I would say the operations part, the usual work that goes in the business, it would take around 50% of the time. I think remaining 30% would go uh, in the growth related activities that we do, and maybe 15-20% people 15-20% of the time would go into managing people and the other activities that are there, some firefighting or something. So this would be the, because you cannot leave that 50% of the operations part, because that is how you are going to cater to your customers. But then you cannot also leave that 30% of the part which is there for growth related activities. We are trying to increase our efficiencies in different ways, and hopefully we'll see better better realignment of these numbers.
So that 30% growth includes investment as well, right? Because that takes up a good preparation and execution time.
Right. So for, I think we have just now started actively looking for investments, and prior to that, even the other tasks, the planning task, and uh, uh, I mean, mostly the planning things and things that are which are not required immediately, but you know that it is important, so you have to do it anyways. So these are the tasks which are to be done, keeping the future in mind. So that is the growth related activities mostly.
So just on that planning front, what do you think? How would you, or what plan do you have to scale this business from where it is to being 10x of where it could be? Do you think something would work better?
I did not understand your question. Can you
How are you planning to take this from current stage to 10x of current stage?
Okay. So I guess 10x would not be very big number. Our ambitions are to go much,
or 100x,
above that. Yeah.
100x or
Right.
1000x, whatever. What is your short term and long term plan as such?
So for now, Mohit, I think we have only dipped our toes into the water. So we have quite a big ocean at hand, and to get to a scale which is 1000x, or I don't know, 10,000x, hopefully. So to get to that scale, I think we need to be very good at execution. We need to try out different things. We cannot just stick to something and without getting any feedback from different places, just to go about doing that. So we are making plans. We are experimenting with different things in digital marketing, in operations, in hiring, in organizational structure. So all of those things. So once things start, once the experiments start yielding results, we try to implement it on a larger scale. And for that purpose, we have been looking we have been doing experiments in digital marketing, as I said, and that those experiments were going on since December, and in January that exploded like anything. So we have seen very good numbers in January compared to December. Similar experiments we are doing in other segments also. So to get to that point, I think these are the fundamental things that need to be you need to be ready for, and you need to be willing to do all that.
So
hustle, as people in startup world say.
Truly. And one more thing, I just add this out. You are a lean team comparatively. How do you coordinate with, if you're talking about all India level products, so that product curation, management of inventory, logistics, that is quite difficult doing it as a small team. So how do you do it?
So we have divided. So the 4 people who are the permanent members of the team, we have divided our task in such a way that every task has at least 2 people responsible for the same, for that particular task. So that helps in dividing the responsibility between 2, and it helps you in making better decisions, especially when you are starting, when you are in a very early stage. Once that is done, we delegate the task to most of our team members. And obviously we are looking to deploy tech at as much as possible. So basically we are developing something in-house, and through that we are able to manage multiple dashboards, multiple vendors at hand. So leveraging tech is something that we are working on from quite early stage. And currently, as we scale further, that will be really something that we would have to use much more.
Yes,
So
yes.
it is going good till now, and we have plans to hire even more people to, look after that scale that we wish to go to.
What is your tech stack like? So, do you use custom e-commerce or what is your tech stack? Like, do you use
So
Shopify?
currently, yes. So Mohit, we use Shopify currently, and we have other dashboards at hand, but we are building a custom dashboard of our own where we would be linking all those platforms that we use currently. And so that is being developed in-house, and that will actually reduce quite a lot of hassle that we are currently facing. And we also understand that all these things take time. So as we slowly progress, we'll be adding bits and pieces to the tech stack that we are building.
Yes, great. So yeah, thank you so much, Ayush. We'll just have a small rapid fire, your opinions on some topics. So, what do you feel should be given priority, ethics or growth? Ethics versus growth.
I guess ethics definitely comes first. So, and growth is also needed, but then you cannot just let go ethics anyway.
So, micromanagement versus freedom to an employee.
Freedom, always.
Single founder versus multiple founder, and why?
Multiple founders, because so once you realize that you alone cannot do all the tasks, you actually grow years wiser. So when you have multiple founders, you can actually divide tasks efficiently, and when the skills of those people complement yours, there cannot be any better scenario than that. So that's why I would always go with multiple founders.
Vision or execution? What do you focus more on?
Execution, totally. Vision is good, but then vision without execution is nothing.
Sustainability, sustainability versus profitability.
I think these are not mutually exclusive. Maybe you can be both profitable and sustainable. In fact, to be sustainable, you might have to be profitable in the longer run.
Yes, makes sense. So, external funding versus bootstrapping.
External funding is good. So we have Bootstrap till now, and we are looking for external funding now. So it mostly depends on the time you are at, and basically the stage you are at in your startup journey. So both the things have their own advantages.
Yeah, so I think we come an end to this session. It was great talking to Ayush. I will certainly try your products, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Mohit. It was great talking to you too, and you guys are doing a really great job with this podcast. So all the best to you too, and thank you again.